Wolfstride is a turn-based RPG by Otoemon Studios in which you play as a group of mostly reformed criminals trying to wipe out their debts by winning a mech combat tournament. Each day you're told how many days have elapsed, how many days are left, and how long until your next mech fight, then shown a short cutscene before being given an errand and unleashed on Rain City. You then play minigames for cash, click through fully voice-acted dialogue scenes, buy upgrades for your mech or pilot, or simply run your errands and end the day. The pacing is mostly up to the player, so it's helpful that the day structure provides a clear path forward. When fight day comes, you ready your mech and step into the arena. Each mech has a head, chest, left arm, and right arm, and each part can be destroyed individually. Only the chest needs to be destroyed to win, but other parts will lose function as they're destroyed, so it's important to protect your most powerful parts and destroy the enemies. You can attack or defend according to your pilot's abilities, and you can move forward or back from your opponent. Cornering your opponent is strong if you equip melee abilities, and knocking your opponent away is strong if you equip ranged ones. Battles tend to fall into a couple of patterns, but they're infrequent outside of the game's optional fights in the simulator, and I found it enjoyable to optimize and tweak my mech strategy across the entire game, even if my strategy stayed essentially the same from beginning to end. You'll spend a lot of time listening to the characters talk, so it's good that the game's silly, humorous, sometimes pretentious, and serious story mostly works. Often, the game tells its story through simple dialogue boxes, but on occasion, the game uses several separate framing devices to give you more serious parts of the story from outside the perspective of the main characters. Often, the game is telling poop jokes, swearing, being hostile towards the player as a joke, or just plain being silly. But it also gets serious, with the characters wondering how they can move on from their pasts, dealing with huge threats, debt, or exercising literal demons. It's edgy, and wants you to know it. There are a few typos and errors, and there are some awkward lines that are only technically things a person would say. There's also some amateurish writing in certain scenes, but it doesn't stick around long enough to hurt the story much. The tone is weird, but I honestly loved it. Wolfstride stumbles on the small details, and the ending is underwhelming, but it nails the big picture so confidently that it's hard not to be swept along. The distinctive grayscale art is charming from the outset, with the mechs and character portraits rendered in an exaggerated, sharp-edged style, alongside some decent pixel art. The soundtrack is a mix of frenetic and laid-back tracks that keep the pace up, even when the game is taking its time. I did run into a number of bugs and issues with my review code. There were a lot of minor bugs like audio glitches, slowdown, having to alt-tab to transition areas, certain minigames not working, the button prompts being incorrect, soft-locking the game on occasion, and a couple of game crashes. Hopefully these will be patched in due time. Wolfstride is a love it or hate it affair. If you find poop jokes, weird flips from serious to silly, fourth wall breaks, or lots of dialogue a turn-off, you're going to think this game sucks. However, if the style of Wolfstride works for you, and you like turn-based combat, it's a very good game, and you're going to love it like I did. Wolfstride releases on December 7th on PC for $14.99.
Nice.